Tom Cotton. He sits on the Senate Judiciary and Armed Services Committee. So there's a lot of breaking news happening today. And I want to talk a little bit, just go back to the story just before that, which is this other additional breaking news out of Israel. And well, it's out of Beirut, actually, where additional explosions are happening with Hezbollah fighters who are not holding pagers today. They're holding radios, and this is happening. Yesterday, Vice President Harris, in her interview with Black Journalists Association, said she's supportive of a U.S. pause in delivery of 2,000-pound bombs as leverage against Israel, while also articulating Israel's right to defend itself. And it seems to me that Israel has made the decision, even though they're not claiming responsibility, that they have to act proactively because they can't wait for the United States. Your thoughts as this develops right now?
Well, Dana, it's rich for Kamala Harris to say that she supports Israel's right to defend itself while trying to deny it the tools to defend itself. It's not just 2,000-pound bombs, which Israel needs to reach Hamas in the deep buried tunnels in Gaza, but a whole host of other weapons, just regular tank rounds, mortar shells, artillery shells, small arms firearms that the administration withheld for weeks earlier this year. And if it happened with Joe Biden, it'll be much worse if Kamala Harris is elected. And you know what we've seen in the aftermath of these explosions in Lebanon is another example of the Biden-Harris administration's campaign against Israel, and especially against Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel has not claimed responsibility for these explosions. I can't confirm that Israel was behind them, yet you have American officials going out and leaking to the media details that they purport to be behind the plot. Again, I can't confirm those, but details down to like company names and even brands of pagers. Why would American officials leak such details other than throwing a hissy fit that Israel, if it was behind these attacks, did not give Joe Biden notice beforehand? It's because they don't trust Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. The same reason Ukraine didn't give Joe Biden, Kamala Harris notice in advance of their operation in Kursk across the Russian border. It's a sad commentary when our allies and friends around the world don't trust the American president with vital national security information.
Senator, we're looking at live pictures from Beirut. There was a large gathering there. You can see that there's, again, continued confusion. Israel's under pressure from all sorts of sides. And one of the things that they are dealing with is Hezbollah from the north, causing them a lot of problems. And this show of dominance, again, not taking responsibility, but the show of dominance is meant to deter a wider war. Do you think they can accomplish that?
Well, I hope so, because Israel can't live with a situation where they've got an armed militia dedicated to the destruction of not just Israel as a nation, but to the Jewish people on its border. Tens of thousands of its citizens have been displaced from northern Israel for months now. So it's been a bad couple days to be a Hamas operative. And if you don't want your pager or your radio blowing up, I suggest you not join Hezbollah. It's been a bad couple of days to be a Hezbollah operative. It's been a bad 11 months to be a Hamas operative. But again, this is an example of the Biden administration always putting pressure on Israel. What are some of those officials leaking on background today? Well, this may be a technically sophisticated operation, but it has no strategic impact. Really? Like, what do you think Hezbollah operatives believe about their leadership right now, whoever is behind these bombings? How do you think Hezbollah operatives feel right now about using their cell phone or their tablet or their laptop, or turning on their car ignition, or even using the toaster or the coffee maker or the refrigerator? Of course, these explosions are going to wreak havoc inside of Hezbollah.
Senator Tom Cotton, thank you. As we have breaking news this morning, we'll have you back and talk about all the other news that's going on too. Thanks.
So